Hello everyone, welcome to Crystallines Virtual Learning Club. My name is Sarah Anene and this is the English language class. Our lesson for today is on summary. We have a part A of this lesson on comprehension, so please check that out if you are yet to do so. So what is summary? It is a brief and clear statement of the main points of a given text in a condensed form with minimal elaboration or explanation. So just like the name implies, a summary is a summary. You're given a condensed form of an entire passage. So when you're writing a summary, remember you are focused on the essential ideas, on the main ideas, and so things like illustrations and examples will not matter at this point. Okay. So we said here that summary writing demands a general understanding of the passage because for you to be able to state a condensed form, you must have an idea of what the entire passage is all about. It also requires you sifting irrelevant from relevant information. It requires organizing slash writing the relevant points substantially in the candidate's own words. We cannot overemphasize this. When you're writing a summary, you want to make sure that you're writing in your own words. You are not lifting verbatim from the passage, okay? So here are a few guidelines. First, we said read the questions to get an idea of the main points that you're looking for. So you can just read the questions, understand the question. So when you go back to the passage, you know exactly what it is that you're looking for. Next, we said read the passage once to understand the general concept. You want to read the entire passage from the beginning to the end to make sure that you grasp the whole idea or the whole message that the writer is trying to pass across. Next, read again to identify the focus points that you're looking for. So it is not enough for you to just read the passage once. You might have to read it over again so that you can clearly identify the focus points. This time around, when you're reading it, you want to make sure that you are writing down or you're noting what points are the most important points in the entire passage. Okay, we said here when reading, pay close attention to the topic sentence, which is often found in each paragraph. A topic sentence is a sentence that contains the main point in a paragraph. So in an entire paragraph, it might just be one particular sentence that is the main point the writer is trying to pass across. So when you're reading, you have to be very careful to make sure that you understand the main point from the entire paragraph, okay? Next, distinguish between relevant and irrelevant information. We've explained that. We said write your summary using your own words. Yes, please do not lift verbatim. This will drastically reduce your mark, okay? And the last one says, note that your words should not alter the facts in the passage. So as much as you are using your own words to write summary, please do not distort the idea of the writer. That is why it is important for you to really comprehend the passage before you begin to answer the questions. So here's an example of a summary question. This is actually WAEC 2016 English language question. I'll read it out because it's a bit tiny. It says here, in 4 sentences, one for each, summarize the factors that have prompted the rapid increase in world population. The second says, in 2 sentences, one for each, summarize what is likely to follow the continuing rapid population growth. So these are two ways of answering your summary questions. But most times when you're asked in one, when you're asked questions that says one for each, it's best to just use the individual sentence method. However, the preamble method is where you begin with a preamble and then you list out the points. So this says begin by making a single introduction to all the points. So in this question, for example, it says summarize the factors that have prompted the rapid increase in world population. So you could say the factors that prompted the rapid increase in world population include one. Do you understand? So that's when you're using the preamble method. So it says here, after your introduction, begin, okay, your introduction should begin with a capital letter and end with a colon. So when you say include, make sure you have a colon before you begin to list, okay? This says the numbered points should be written next. So after you have your colon, then you just write one and write your point. Each of the numbered points should be started with a Roman numeral or a small alphabet. So you want to start with I if you know your Roman numeral, or you want to use small letter A, B, C, and the rest of them. It says, note that each point need not appear in complete sentence, but must amount to a complete sentence when added to the preamble. So like in the case of the preamble method, you have an introduction, like I said, and then you could have sentences that when put together with the preamble makes a complete sentence, okay? For the individual sentence method, I would actually advise you go with the individual sentence method. It says each sentence portrays a complete thought with subject and predicate. So you're listing or you're writing out complete sentences. You're not writing phrases. You're writing complete sentences, sentence that has a subject and a predicate, okay? Each sentence must open with a capital letter and must end with a full stop because you're writing one for each. Make sure you begin the sentence with a capital letter and end with a full stop. It says use simple sentences to guarantee brevity. You do not want to write extremely complicated sentence and you're writing and because like you are using so many conjunctions in just one sentence. Please try to make your sentence as simple as possible. Remember, you're writing a summary. You're not writing the entire passage back. So that is why you really need to pay attention for the main points that the writer is trying to make. This says phrases or clauses must never be written in place of sentences. That is self-explanatory. Do not write half sentences, do not write phrases, do not write clauses, write complete sentences that make complete ideas when you're answering, when you're using the individual sentence method. I hope that is clear. So here are a few common errors that students make in answering summary questions. Incomplete sentences. This will attract the penalty, which may be half of the total mark. So you have to be very careful. In summary, many students fail summary because of these little mistakes. And so by the time the examiner is deducting little marks, at the end of the day, you have nothing to write home about. So this says do not give answers in phrases, like I said, when complete sentences are demanded for. Not following instructions. Sometimes you might be asked give two sentences. Please give two sentences. If you are asked to give one sentence, please give one sentence. For example, do not give two sentences when only one sentence is required. That is self-explanatory. Another error that students make is different kinds of errors like punctuation, spelling, grammar. All these things make the examiner to deduct marks. So you have to make sure that you are using the right punctuation. Like I said, always end with a full stop when you're answering one for each. Check your spellings, check your grammar. Again, writing verbatim will be highly penalized. Do not just lift up the words from the way they are used in the passage. Try to write in your own words. And of course, when you're writing in your own words, make sure that you do not distort the original idea of the writer. Finally, we have here irrelevant details. Like I said before, there are no need for examples or illustrations when you're writing your summary. Just focus on the main point and put full stop. Do not write for example or like or in addition. Just write the main sentence and put full stop. I hope that you are able to understand this. Try to practice as much as possible for you to really understand your summary. All right, thank you very much and see you in the next class.